Nick, how's this defense look, or how's this offense look different under Brown than it did under Waldron?
They've just been in so many good, tough, combative games. I mean, they have the talent. I feel like the record doesn't show that. Really good teams that they've played close. They have so much ability. I think the quarterback's getting better. All the skill players that they have are weapons, and they're just a resilient team that's been executing better and just continually improving throughout each week.
How's Dre looked out there?
He's looked good. I think he feels good. I think with him, day to day and hoping that he feels good today and then he feels better tomorrow, and we'll see. But he looks good. I think he's enjoying it, being back out there.
Does he look like the old Dre and his reflexes and seeing everything?
Oh yeah, he looks great. He looks like Dre. Same. He's been, those guys have so much energy and they bring so much, just having them out there, it's cool. It's good to see those guys back. I think they're excited and, we all feeding off of that.
You seen him catch anything with his club yet?
Yeah, not so much, but he'll work on it. He'll be able to catch it. If it's close, he'll catch it. He's a playmaker.
I'm sure when the season began, you didn't envision Evan Anderson starting a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
He did on Sunday.
Right.
It seemed like he came out pretty well. What was your assessment of him?
Yeah, he's been really stout for us. Like you said, we felt like we had some good depth there, and he was something that we could develop and hope that we could have on our team. And, but just like a lot of guys, they've had to step up. And Evan's done that. I think there was a moment there in mid-season or so, like he continually got better, kind of right after training camp. And that's when he started to, have to play and get up there and play more and then continually play more. And just from him, he's stayed really stout, knowing what he's doing, doing his job. He's got good strength, so he can get off of blocks too when he's at the point of attack and make tackles. So he's just, pleased with how he's doing.
In your wins, you've defended the run really well. In your losses, it seems like the run defense has been a bigger issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you see the main way you need to fix the run defense?
I mean, there's a lot of ways. I mean, whether it's just execution, whether it's tackling, I think it's different, each time, but it's just definitely not good enough. We need to do it better early in the game because then they start to control the game and then it gets out of hand or it gets just uneven. That's not how we want to play. Giving up over 100 yards in a half, let alone a game, it's in a half. It's just unacceptable. We can't do it. Our guys know it. We need to be disciplined. Doesn't matter who's playing. It's their op. We expect a lot from whoever's in the game. So we just have to be better. Got to coach it better. We got to play better in every aspect, in every way.
Yeah, the red zone is just, 9 for 9 the last 2 weeks.
100%.
It can't get worse. It's a crisis situation. What is there a solution? Is there an answer?
We're looking at everything. There's, whatever it needs to be done, we're trying. We got to same thing. Same as the run. Same as not taking the ball away. Same as third down. These situational parts of our defense have to get better. And it doesn't matter who's in there. We got to coach it better. We got to execute better. So look at every aspect of it, evaluate everything, looking at ourselves even more throughout what we've done. Is there things we need to change? Do we just need to tighten up what we're doing? So we're just evaluating. And then it's also your opponent. Does that apply to who you're playing? So it's not good. It's not good enough. We have to get it better.
Is it guys trying to make plays instead of sticking to their assignments? Is that what the issue is? Because I know you build it so that it will work, but what's the disconnect?
It's just a combination. We just have to finish. Sometimes we get it to a third down in the red zone too, or it gets down to the one. Well, we can't let it. First of all, it shouldn't get to the red zone. That's the best way to play good red zone defense is not let it get down there. And when, like you said, 9 for 9, 5 times 5 for 5, next game 4 for 4. That's a lot of ops in the red zone. I don't care if they started there and it's, some type of sudden change. Doesn't matter. If we're in the red zone, we got to stand up. We got to stop them. And it's just hasn't been good enough.
You mentioned discipline. Is it guys not staying on their assignment?
It's all of us. We got to do better.
Bosa, of course, in Buffalo, and Josh Allen had a pretty good game. What's the plan of attack if Bosa is not able to go this week, knowing that he hasn't practiced and he has that injury? Who are you guys really focused on picking up the slack against another skilled quarterback?
With Nick, everybody. It's everybody. With this quarterback, we knew Josh could move. You kind of know he would move more one certain direction, but Caleb he's kind of can go everywhere. Yeah, he's explosive and there's not one way he goes. There's not one certain time because he'll get rid of the ball quick and be on time and be really efficient that way. He can get to his progression sometimes, but he gets out of the pocket in every aspect, and he can extend it. And then he's got the arm talent too, and you see that when he's outside the pocket. So really, it's really everybody. It's not just, you know, if Nick played or didn't play. Is it just Nick? Even if he is playing, it's still everybody. You know, it's the second wave of guys because he can run and he will run and he can throw it too. So it's not just the guys rushing; it's the guys covering too. So we're all a part of it. If he extends a play 7 seconds, you got to chase him for 7 seconds, but you also have to cover for 7 seconds. So it's really everybody.
I think Mooney fared in his first game back and under pretty difficult circumstances with the snow and everything.
Yeah, outside of a couple plays, I thought he did good. You know, in the situation, and he battled back. And I thought the last couple of weeks he's had a really good practice. I was excited to have him out there. I think he was too. It was, you know, because of the whole situation and everything. I thought he did well. I was just happy to have him back. Thanks, guys.
Ready, set? Hey, real quick before we get started, my cleats, my cause this week. Great cause. I'm wearing shoes for ovarian cancer. The cause of ovarian cancer. I lost my wife on February 4th, 2024 this year, just the week before the Super Bowl. She died from ovarian cancer. The thing I want to say about it is, you know, when you wear these things and they're a nice cause and everything, the one thing she wanted to have said, and it's a good opportunity for me to have an opportunity to say it, is she didn't lose a battle. She was diagnosed and was given 6 months to live in 2018 and ended up living 6 years. And all these people that fight this battle every single day, we stand up for that cause. It's any extra day, week, month that a person can have with their family when they're suffering. Sure, we all hope for a cure one day, but be able to stand up and say that I fought the fight. Don't say I lost the battle. So I'm saying right now, she didn't lose the battle. She fought a good fight, gave us all 6 years, and I proudly wear it for the cause, okay? Thanks for letting me share that. All right, let's go. Let's talk football.
Chris, obviously you and Trent are very close, and he's going through something right now. Have you had a chance to talk with him? Just how is he? How kind of his spirits, and how hard is his?
I spoke with him right after it happened, and Trent's spirits were as to be expected. He was doing well. He understood what happened and how it happened. And the details of it are for Trent to share. But obviously it's a tough situation. Everybody has tough situations. I think that's the thing that gets missed. Every single person in this building, and Trent obviously is hit the spotlight at this moment, goes through tough times. A couple weeks ago was Mooney and his family. And everybody has something. It's all, like all of us, we all have things going on, and there are challenges that we have to face and meet, and then we have to continue on with life as well. So it's I feel terrible for Trent and his family. It's a horrible loss.
This year felt more challenging in a lot of ways in terms of whether it's injuries or the personal tragedies.
You know, it's a year. It's when you're not winning, things get accentuated. When you're winning, things don't. I don't know. It's hard for me to judge it one year to the other. Obviously, there's challenges every year, and this obviously has had its share.
How do you like how Jalen Moore and Ben Barch did on the left side there?
Really nice. It was. I want to take about 3 inches of snow on the road everywhere we go. We could play in 3 inches of snow because it's really hard for the defensive line to get going. It helped. It was helpful for the guys. But I was really happy with Ben's first start. You know, after sitting in the back in a background role, not even dressing most weeks until Trent hasn't been dressing, it gave him a great opportunity to get up and have an opportunity to show what he could do. And he did some good things, really good things. Obviously, there's plays we all want back. But I thought Ben and Jalen have both done a good job. And this week, challenge it just keeps getting. It doesn't get any easier. These guys are really, really good up front, and they'll be a real challenge for these guys.
This might be a stupid question, but not my first. But everyone is playing in 3 inches of snow, but, you know, it looked like the offensive line had an edge on the defensive line. Why is that?
You know, I can't explain it. I've always felt from in high school, I remember we used to be 3 yards in a cloud of dust, 4 yards if we were lucky. And we never threw the ball in high school. But when it rained, my high school coach became Eric Coryell, throwing the ball all over the field, you know? Because he said, you know where you're going and they don't know. So they're more reactionary on defense and reacting when the weather's like that. If I know where I'm going, I know how to deal with the snow. I know what's happening. Yes, there is some reaction involved, but it's less so than it is on defense. I've always thought that so when the footing's not good, it does benefit. I mean, a wet turf makes it really hard for a speed rusher to turn a corner, to run a game and plant your foot and redirect. All the things where the defense can have an advantage kind of makes the playing field a little more equal.
How the Bears look on defense with Sweat on the edge and Dexter inside?
fast, quick, physical. They play hard. They're well coached. They do an excellent job. I mean, this is a good crew up front. Very, very good, tough, physical group up front that plays fast. They got good team speed. They've been good scheme. They play very well in the scheme. As you can look, they've lost some close games and they played very well. Their numbers don't always support it, but numbers don't always support it. Numbers are numbers. They stand alone each week, and when you're not winning, there's times where the numbers are going to get skewed a little bit. But for the most part, this is an outstanding defense. Really, really big challenge for us.
I'm excited about Garendo's potential. Obviously, a bigger opportunity coming for him here. What would you say is kind of his state of readiness to take on?
Oh, he's more than ready. That's been the good thing, not having to jump in right away. I mean, you guys heard, I liked him from the beginning. The kid had that burst, that quickness, and he's been able to be eased into it. Not easing right now, so you still have to be careful that he doesn't take, he hasn't played a full load in an NFL game up to this point. Now, is he going to be able to carry the load for all 4 quarters like Christian has done in the past or not? I don't know. That we'll have to see as we go. And the other guys, 32's been here for a good while. 31's done a good job. Obviously, we know we're excited for Isaac, and we'll see how it plays out. But it's definitely going to be a challenge for us and challenge for him, because he's going to have to tote the mail for us, and he's going to have to do a lot of things that over a longer period of time than he's done it up to this point.
You guys value speed in this offense at running back. Is that safe to say that Kyle likes fast running backs?
Well, it's you kind of are what you are. I mean, speed is nice. If you can get it, it's important. Being a good back and having a good feel for the running game, hitting the right lanes, doing things like that. Set all sorts of records in Washington with Alfred Morris. And Alfred, we all know, was not a speed demon. So there's that balance. Between a good runner that understands it. It took Raheem a while to get going in this offense before the speed really showed up. It is nice to have that home run threat. It is nice, as you saw when Isaac has broken some runs, the end of the Dallas game, the end of the Seattle game, where all of a sudden we talked about it, we call it the angle assassin, right? You think that you're on the right angle, but with that speed, you're able to get that burst and get further and more yards than most people would. So it is nice to have speed.
When Christian was running, was that, I guess, is it fair to say he wasn't quite, himself those first 3 games, and then that was Christian? Was there also an element of I'm pissed off, I'm going to show everyone I'm still Christian, or a combination of both?
I think what we said last week, I mentioned that everybody needs practice. And so when you don't practice, Trent, all of them, anybody coming back, Dre right now practicing out there, everybody needs practice. And Christian, was getting back up to speed as he went. And it wasn't much that was off. There were some really, really good things, but you felt that he finally felt, I felt it during the week, and that's what's such a shame with the injury, because I really felt it. And then you saw those first couple carries. It wasn't just the good run, it was the good run plus that you saw. Guys falling off the blocks, or tackles, not being able to pull them down. That's the things that we saw over the last few years that, he just wasn't getting tackled. I'm not saying he was not doing that earlier. It's just getting back into that mentality, that mode, getting into that game-ready week after week grind, which he was ready for and had prepared very well for. It took him a while to get back. When he got back, he was hitting speed, and then obviously the injury occurred. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you.